Hello friends, so in this lecture I am going to start argument. We'll see what is an argument, whenever it is called valid and whenever it is called invalid argument. So let us begin with argument. Okay guys, so we'll see what is argument. So we can say that argument in propositional logic is a sequence of propositions that ended with a conclusion. So write down, yes, an argument. Yes, we can say that an argument in propositional logic, we can say that is a sequence of propositions that end with a conclusion. That end with a conclusion. Let us consider one example. Yes, let's say one argument is given like that. Let's say it is given to you if you have, yes, current password, then you can log on to, we can say that, onto network. Let's say one proposition is given to you. The next proposition is, let's say you have current password. Isn't it? Then yes, therefore, yes, let's say it is given that you can log onto the network. Isn't it? Let's say this one is given to you. Now you only tell me guys, here whatever be there after therefore, that is known as what? We can say that conclusion. Isn't it? So we can say that this one is conclusion and first two statements are known as premises. So whatever be the before, we can say that therefore, these are known as premises or hypothesis, and whatever be there after therefore, that is known as conclusion. So this one is the, let's say, format of the argument, standard format. Let us assume first one is, let's say, P1. Yes, we can say that P1. P1 is, let's say, this is the first premises, P1. Second one, let's say that is P2, second premises. Then we can say that one horizontal line, and after that, therefore, conclusion. Isn't it? So we can say that this one is what? We can say that this one is the standard format of an argument. So we can say that premises followed by conclusion is an argument. So that is the standard format. So we can say that in this format, yes, you only tell me, in this format, these are the premises, and after horizontal line, whatever be written, that is your conclusion. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. So in the next one, we'll see. Yes, write down next one. Yes. Yes, write down one note. In note, you can write down. Yes, let's say all propositions except the final one are called, we can say that, premises, and the final proposition is called conclusion. So this is the standard format. Let's say any number of premises, let's say n premises are there, then one horizontal straight line. Therefore, yes, whatever be written, that is your conclusion. So we can say that, yes, this is the standard format of an argument. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, so moving to the next one, we'll see when an argument is valid and when it is invalid. So write down what is valid argument. So we can say that an argument an argument is valid if the, we can say that truth value of its premises implies that the conclusion is true, isn't it? Then we can say that that is your valid argument. Otherwise it is invalid argument, and invalid argument is also called as fallacy. So write down next one. Otherwise we can say that, otherwise, yes, it is said to be invalid, we can say that argument, and invalid argument is also known as fallacy. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, so in standard way we can say that this is the notation of an argument, that is premises followed by conclusion. And when it is valid we can say that if the truth value of its premises implies the conclusion that is true, then we can say that that argument is valid. So what is the meaning of this one? Yes, we can say that meaning of this one is what? Yes, write down next one. We can say that the meaning of this one is, yes, conjunction of all premises. Let's say n premises are there, then conjunction of all premises implies conclusion. If it is true, true means if it is tautology, then we'll say yes, we can say that then the argument is valid argument, isn't it? Then we'll say the argument is valid. Otherwise we'll say the argument is not valid. So remember guys, what is the conjunction of all premises implies conclusion? Yes, that must be a tautology. Then we'll say that argument is valid. Otherwise that argument is invalid. I hope this one is clear to everyone. So let's move to the, yes, last argument which we have written. Yes, what was the argument? Yes, this was the argument. So let us consider you have current password. Let us assume this statement as P. Then you can log on to the network. Let's say that is written with Q. So can we say that P1 premise P1 is P implies Q, and P2 is what? You have current password, then that is P, and we can say that conclusion is what? You can log on to the network, that is Q. Yes or no? Can we say that this argument is this one? So I'm writing this one, yes, argument, yes, in the next slide. Yes, let me see once. Yes, let me see. So your argument was what? We can say that premise P1 was P implies Q. The next premise was what? We can say that that was P only. And the conclusion is what? We can say that Q only. Now you only tell me guys whether this argument is valid or not. So we can say that yes, conjunction of all premises. So let's say this becomes conjunction and implies conclusion. This one is P. Implied conclusion, if it is tautology, then we can say that this argument is valid, otherwise it is invalid. Now you only tell me guys whether this one is valid or not. So simplify this one. So P implies Q can be written like that or not? P dash plus Q, and P and means dot. Yes, we can say that implies Q. Yes, now assume that this one is your X and let's say this one is your Y. Then it becomes X implies Y, that is equal to X dash plus Y. So it becomes what? We can say that P dash plus, yes, we can say that Q into P whole dash, yes, plus Q or not. Now multiply these one, this becomes P dash P plus PQ whole complement plus Q. Now P dash P becomes what? We can say that 0. So it is PQ whole complement plus Q, that this becomes what? P dash plus Q dash plus Q. Apply De Morgan's. Now Q dash plus Q is 1. So we can say that P dash plus 1, 1 plus anything is 1, 1 means tautology. So we can say that this one is tautology. So we can say that this argument is valid argument. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. This one is valid argument. Okay guys, so let me see. Yes, one shortcut. What is that shortcut? We can say that yes, if the argument is valid, then if we assume all premises to be true, then conclusion must be true. Yes or no? That is the meaning of argument. So let us assume yes, all the premises to be true. So for to be true, for P2, this one is true only when P value is true. Yes, the truth value of P is true. And if P is true, then Q must be true. Otherwise, P1 will be false. So these are the assumptions for which we can say that P1 and P2 are true. And with the same assumptions, now you only tell me whether this conclusion is true or not. Yes, we assumed Q to be true. So this one is also true. So we can say that this is a valid argument. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear. Okay, let us take one more example so it will be clear to you guys. Write down next one. Let us assume next example. Let's say this time any argument is given to you. Let's say P1 is given to you, P implies Q. Yes or no? Second one, second premise, let's say this one is given to you, P, and conclusion is, let's say, negation Q. So yes, question is check the validity. Check the validity of this argument. Validity of this argument. So guys, what we can do, you only tell me. Yes, what we can do? Yes, conjunction of all premises. That is the conjunction implies, let's say, conclusion that must be a tautology. If it is not a tautology, then we can say that that argument is invalid. Isn't it? So simplify this expression. Yes, we can simplify this one easily. P implies Q becomes what? We can say that P dash plus Q and P. Yes or no? That this implies negation Q means Q dash. Now simplify this one, internal part P dash P plus PQ. Yes, implies negation Q. Yes or no? Now it becomes what? 0 P dash P. So we can say that 0 plus PQ will be what? We can say that PQ only. And PQ implies Q dash. Now you only tell me, let's say this one is X and this one is Y. So it becomes what? X dash plus Y. So what we will get? Yes, you only tell me. Yes, PQ whole complement plus Q dash. Now apply De Morgan's, then it becomes P dash plus Q dash plus Q dash. Yes or no? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Yes, tell me guys, this one is clear to you or not? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Now you only tell me Q dash plus Q dash becomes what? Q dash only. So it becomes Q dash. Now you only tell me whether this one is a tautology or not. No, we can say that this one is not a tautology. This one is a contingency. We cannot simplify it further. Yes or no? So value is neither 1 nor 0. If it is 1 or true, that means it is tautology. If the value is 0 or false, then we can say that that is contradiction. So here some variables are there. So we can say that this one is contingency. So we can say that the given argument is what? We can say that invalid argument. Invalid argument is also known as fallacy. Isn't it? Okay. Now, yes, you can apply the shortcut. Shortcut means what? This argument is valid if we assume all premises to be true, then conclusion must be true with same assumptions. Yes or no? So for P2 to be true, P must be true. Yes or no? Now we assume P to be true, so Q must be true. Otherwise, P1 get false. Yes or no? Now with these assumptions, we assume Q to be true. Negation true will becomes false. So we proved yes after assuming premises to be true. Conclusion is false, so we can conclude that this one is invalid argument. I hope this one is clear to everyone. What is the concept of argument? Okay, so that's all about argument. In the next lecture, we'll see some rule of inference. Before that, let us assume 1 2 examples based on yes previous topics. Let's say yes, it is given that, let's say, let us consider one example. Let's say consider a statement. One statement is given to you. Let's say p x comma y comma z, one propositional function in 3 variable, and that is defined like that: x plus y equals to z, where a domain of all variables is a real number, means x y z belongs to the set of real number. Now my first question is, you only tell me, for every x, for every y, there exists z. Yes, p of x comma y comma z, whether this statement is true or false. That is the question. What is the meaning of this one? The meaning of this one is what? For all real numbers x, and for all real numbers, you only tell me y. Yes, there exists a real number z, such that yes, what is the yes expression x plus y equals to z. Yes, this one is true or not? Yes, this one is true. Yes, we can take yes, for every real number we can say that, and for every real number y, and for every real number x, yes, we can say that there exists one z such that x plus y is equals to z. Yes or no? So we can say that this statement is true only. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Here nested quantifiers are there, but 3 quantifiers are there. Yes or no? I hope this one is clear to everyone, isn't it? So for every real number x and for every real number y, there exists a real number z such that x plus y is equals to z. You can take any real number x, let's say 0.2, and let's say one real number y, let's say that is zero point 0.3. Yes, so there exists one real number that is 0.5, that will be equal to the sum of these real numbers, isn't it? Right, now next one, let's say it is given to you, there exists z for every x, for every y, p of x comma y comma z. Then the meaning is what? Now there exists means yes, this quantifier, existential quantifier, is at first position. That means it must be a common z for every x and for every y. Whether that is correct or not, no, we can say that this is not possible. Yes or no? So we cannot say that yes, there exists yes a real number yes z, such that we can say that for all real number x and for all real number y, yes, we can say that for all real number y, it is true that x plus y equals to z is what we can say that is false. So we can say that this statement is false and second statement is true. Okay guys, I hope this one is clear to everyone. So we can say that in the exam, yes, maximum we can say that 2 quantifiers, yes, they can use. Otherwise, if they use 3 quantifiers, then only yes, we can say then also you can yes do the questions easily. I hope this one is clear to everyone, isn't it? Okay, so you can solve these type of questions also. So guys, we can say that that's all about the argument. So in the next lecture we'll see what are the rule of inferences. Okay, so okay guys, thank you so much.